Hello, in this video we're going to be looking at printing yield maps and the layout of options available to you. Okay, we now want to print the yield map that we've got to give to a client or include in an invoice or something like that, and we use the print map report button at the top of the screen here. So if I print it, we'll use the defaults to start off with, so we just have something to compare against. Click print. It will bring up the window. We can't see a great deal at the moment of the map, so I'll just click the magnifying glass so it will reduce the size of the map. There's a couple of things that we just need to point out here. It will give us the crop and the field that we're working with. It will give us the detail of the view that we're looking at. So here we've got dry yield and the reconciled version. In the window it's printing our background image as well as our map. One warning about the background image: it will suck up a huge amount of ink from your printer, so if you're not 100% sure that you need it, then don't, because it'll cost you a lot more money than if you just print the yield map. And so we've got our spatial data on the center. We've got our scale underneath it, and then we've got the client farm field and all the information that is provided from the monitor together with our legend. The legend will be as we see it. If we've altered it from say 7 layers, so 7 points down to 5, then we'll do that again. So here we can see that we've got our yield data that we can use. So what I'll do is I'll just close this window here, and we'll look then at how we can customize it in a little more detail. So we'll go back and select our standard print window. Now the one thing that we may want to do, and is something that I use more often than not, is the select area button that we have here. So I'll select a particular area. If we want to use the scale, then we can do, and the default information will be just this, the title. If you want to click, if we put in some default information, so I'll just type in title and information so we know exactly where they go. So I'll click print, and what I'm doing here is I'm actually able to narrow the window down that I'm looking at. So you can see now, rather than having a bigger gap around the outside of the map, I've just got the individual area. So I click the next print map, and we can see at the top here, by having the default information, this is the title of our map, and we've got the default information down there, which is not really a great deal of use. So we can see by using the default, we're going to be in a much better position to do that, and we've still got our background map there. But the one thing we do notice is the actual yield map is much closer. It's much larger for us to view, and we'll be better off doing that one. So we'll go back and select our print map report again. We certainly want to go back to use the default information, and we'll use the select area. If you want to have your own logo, then you can do. That's not a problem at all. You can put that in there as well. So we're not going to. I haven't got one. If I want to change my printer setup, I can choose the printer that I want to send it to, whether it be a PDF printer or a OneNote or my standard printer. That I can do that as well. Send it to OneNote. If I want to then select print, I will narrow it in. From there, one thing I may want to do on this one is take the background image off, so I'll click the background image button from there, narrow the window down. We can see exactly then where we're going to, and then when I print my my map and zoom it in, we see that we've got the default title, we've got a much bigger map there, and then we got all the information from our map at the bottom. So we can see there that there's many different ways in which we can go about printing our map, but generally using the defaults are the best. But I sometimes say I like just to make sure that this map is as big as we possibly can get it, rather than just appearing in a corner. So that is how we print yield maps.